What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Young Avengers and some quick testing I did with them on War Defense in practice mode. I tried a couple different teams just to see what I could do. This team is not fully built. It's still got a couple of tier 12 characters on here. It only has a handful of the T4s. It's got all the passive T4s and another T4 or two on Kate. And that's really it for right now. So, this is not a definitive video of, like, this team's going to be great or this team's bad, but this is just kind of first impressions because it's going to be interesting to see, like, how people build this up. And I know people are going to be curious to see how they perform on War Defense. We're going to talk about that in today's video. Not really cover the ISO classes just yet because we're still working on that, but really just kind of giving overall impressions of what I've seen so far in testing this. So if you guys do enjoy this video, you do find it helpful, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And this fight right here is all Shadowland. This is pretty much a punch across on this. And this one was pretty straightforward. Get a disrupt on Ms. Marvel, get the Billy block on Squirrel Girl, and take out Kate Bishop so that you don't have to worry about those blinds. She's kind of the worst part. That Echo is a tier 14 Echo at 5 red. So, that is a very well-built Echo. Her damage is not as bad as I thought. Like, for instance, you could see her damage right there a second ago. At least I believe this is not a well-built Echo. Yeah, 123k power on this without room bonuses or anything. So it's a pretty powerful Echo that I'm going up against. But even then, her attacks aren't really doing a lot of damage, which, had me a little surprised. Granted, I do have defense up on some of my characters here. Like, you're going to see right here, Echo retaliates, and it's only 43k on a crit there. Offense down on her too. So the retaliation damage is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So there is a way to work around it. And Shadowland did pretty well here. I did this a couple of times. The first time I did this, I lost White Tiger, kept the other 4 alive. Was not a problem. Second time, I end up losing both Elektra and Night Nurse. Even so, still not bad. Night Nurse is really, that passive on Night Nurse really helps kind of cover things here, because that passive, giving her the speed bar when someone falls below half health, gets her going a little bit more, gets that ultimate a little bit faster. Very, very helpful here, but yeah, I didn't really have any problems with this too much. You can see here, for instance, that that heal from Squirrel Girl would have been far, far more helpful if we had the T4 on it, because she would have been able to cleanse before healing, and yeah, that would have allowed us to, that would have gotten that Chavez healed way back up more. So, it's not too bad, and we'll see how this all works out. But this is my Young Avenger roster right now. And I'm not real certain on the T4s here yet. I've got Skirmisher on Kate, but that's because at low stars her focus is still kind of sketchy, and that blind on her is really, really good. So if you're going to get her on low stars, I think Skirmisher's going to be pretty good. She does get offense up. We'll see. It's all a matter of testing. If I gotta change it to a different class, I'll change it to a different class. I'm not too worried. Striker also seems to have a really good option for her too, because of the because you can like place taunts and there's like good crit chance synergy with it. So even Raider may work well with her too. We're gonna see how this all works out. But yeah, Skirmisher on Ms. Marvel for the assist, Striker on Echo because of her passive, Healer on Squirrel Girl, and I've got Fortifier on Chavez just because I was using her with Eternals. I don't really know what to do with Chavez just yet, and I can't even check MSF.gg for kit details because the website is still down for some internet browsers. They're having problems where they move the servers over, and they're waiting for it to propagate. So MSF.gg will be back up in the next couple of days, but we'll do a more in-depth guide video on these ISO later. Talk about gear priority, that kind of stuff. We'll talk about that in another video at another time, but a couple other things I did want to show. This is one that I thought was just downright hilarious. And granted, this is 2 7 red tier 16 Eternals. But I was like, well, you know what? We've seen how strong the Eternals are. Let's see what we can do here. And this is the thing, is that there's been a lot of fear that Young Avengers is going to be Heroes for Hire 2.0, and that they are going to be impossible. This is very much, if you can just take out like 1 or 2 characters, if you take out even 1 character on Young Avengers in your first fight, the fight gets exponentially easier. So like, if you take out Ms. Marvel, well, now you don't have the taunt, so you can focus down Kate Bishop. If you get rid of Kate Bishop, you don't have her blinds anymore. If you take out Echo, you don't have the retaliation. This team is a lot more manageable as a 4-man team than Heroes for Hire with Shang-Chi, the full Heroes for Hire team. This team is a lot better to deal with than Heroes for Hire. So there's been some people nervous about that. I can say so far, like, just watching how this team falls apart once you start taking out certain characters, night and day difference. I'm very happy to see that. And yeah, it also looks like this is not going to be a team that doesn't have dedicated counters on day one. For instance, Weapon X, I tried to capture footage of it. Granted, also, it's Super Bowl Sunday night, so, you know, I'm like doing this testing in the middle of while the game's going on, trying to get this video ready to go. People are a little mad. Some of the envoys are very upset that this character was released on a Sunday night, especially during the Super Bowl. But, you know, I'm just trying to, like, figure this out. I got footage of Weapon X. It didn't translate over, so you're going to have to take my word for it, but Weapon X destroys Young Avengers. Like, it's a very hard counter to Young Avengers, so you have that. It looks like Eternals is going to be a strong counter to this team, too, because they're constantly cleansing negative effects off themselves, so those blinds, not going to be a problem. Icarus is going to cleanse them off, not going to be a big deal. They're constantly stealing Death Proof. There's a lot of Death Proof on Young Avengers. Eternals will going to steal that right off because of their abilities. So Eternals are going to be a good counter to this team as well, it seems. And, you know, I was trying Ravagers a little bit. I tried Ravagers with Emma instead of Bruiser on the team, and it did okay. It was like 150k punch down, and it was a little dicey. I tried it a couple of times here just to see what I could do. Yeah, I tried it a couple of times here to see how things would work, and it's okay. You know, Echo gets rid of the assist chance with Boomer, so you're missing out a lot of damage with that. So I was gonna kind of go back and see if I could get Striker on T'Challa and kind of mess with things, but the speed bar reduction with the 2 boomers is very helpful for managing things like Squirrel Girl and her heal, stealing the ability energy, really kind of slows things down on that team. But yeah, you know, this is gonna be an interesting one to try out, and I do, you know, the big thing is I want to kind of, and apologies again for like the poor pixel quality of this, you know, trying to get things rushed out for you guys, but I'm going to be curious to see how this all works out and if it's going to work. And yeah, there's another thing there too. There may be a bug here. If you may have just seen it. Let's see if it happens again. Okay, so I've got to go back just a little bit more. You may have seen it there. Boomer assists. There's no blind on Echo. So I'm going to forward this because according to Echo, it reduces assist chance for enemies by 100%, which should cover what Boomer does. So the question is, why did that Boomer assist? Because there was no blind on Echo. So that one's a little weird. Let me just double check. Make sure it is when she... Yeah, when she does not have blind. So I wonder if it's reading if anybody on the enemy team has blind, but then Ravager Boomer should have assisted when Star-Lord attacked. So this one's going to be weird. And if you go and look at the unique for Boomer and my pimped out Ravagers, yeah, it's a 50% chance to assist. So, you know, if you go and look at Infinity Watch, and this is the crazy thing, man, because her passive is assist chance. Right, so the question is chance to assist the same as assist chance? There's like 5 different assist mechanics in this game, and they're all stupidly confusing to distinguish. So I just want to double check the fine wording on this to make sure. Because, I mean, you saw Ravager Boomer assist. He didn't assist when Star-Lord attacked, but he assists on the attack from Stitcher. So that could just be a bug where it's not completely reducing the assist chance. We're going to figure out how that all works out. And he does have all the passes. The person I was testing against does have all the passes on everybody. So, you know, he's going to actually, you know, the T4 on our passive doesn't even do anything with that. So, It's up here at the level 4 ability. So it's not even a T4 issue. So that is one where we will have to check. But, you know, against Ravagers, this is one I do want more I want to do more checking. I've got ideas of who else I want to try with Ravagers and Emma here. See if we can figure out something here. But yeah, man, that assist chance with Boomer right there would just be so good. And also, I noticed that the evasion, like if you watch it there, Kate Bishop's passive dodges, or gets dodged by Yondu. So the evasion will prevent you from getting blind from Kate Bishop's passive, where anytime a Young Avenger dies or falls below 50% health, she applies blind to a random enemy. So there are going to be ways to counter this. This is not by any stretch of the imagination going to be a new Heroes for Hire team in terms of being completely unfun and a pain in the butt to fight. This is going to be just fine to fight. Should not be as bad of a problem. Probably still going to have to do some 2-taps here and there, but looks like we've already got hard counters in place. We've got Dark Hunters coming to be your dedicated Heroes for Hire counter, which opens up Weapon X to now be your Young Avengers counter. So this is one where you probably don't want to really invest a lot in Young Avengers, because people are going to have their Weapon X teams on hand to beat Young Avengers. And since Young Avengers is supposed to be your new Apex War team, or War Defense team, Weapon X is your Apex War Offense team, hard counter to your Young Avengers. Should not be a problem. And just for testing purposes here as we download assets, I'm going to just kind of show Weapon X here, just so you guys can see. It's pretty easy with this team. The trauma and the heal block. That's the big thing with Morbius. Morbius' thought with like the trauma and heal block with Morbius would be a counter to Young Avengers. Scopely says no. I say let's see, because we know how their testing goes. I'm about to sneeze, maybe. But yeah, the trauma and heal block with Omega Red really does a lot of nasty stuff to this team, yeah. So now Squirrel Girl's going to try to heal. It's not going to work. We get ability block on Kate, so she's not flipping. We're going to get Disrupt over here on Ms. Marvel. And now we're gonna hammer Kate. Really, Kate is kind of the team, is kind of what holds this team together. Luckily, we did not get blind on Omega Red. The first time I tried this, I did get blind on Omega Red, and that kind of prevented his ultimate for one turn. But even with that, it was not a big problem. We'll get some defense up and barrier on our characters. There you go. Working our way through things. But yeah, here's another really cool thing. Okay, there. Okay, so yeah, I guess Echo tried to use her ultimate or something. Didn't work. But now let's see if we can get rid of Kate. But yeah, that trauma and heal block preventing things. Not gonna get rid of Kate here. Man, that was just bad luck on my part. Was hoping I could get rid of... Let's see if I can get this finished off. Yeah, we just need to get to the ultimate with Lady Deathstrike, and that will cleanse everything, get immunity on our characters, and that should really finish things off. Get a stun on Kate Bishop. Slowly working through it. There we go. There we go. Okay, so there's one character. Finish off Kate. Now finish off Echo. Yeah, so it takes a little bit of time. It's a little tricky. Yeah, what I should have done was stun Kate with the ultimate, or yeah, stun Kate with the ultimate from Samurai, and then that would have prevented her from dodging with the evasions, and then I could have finished her off there without any problem. So a little bit of a misplay on my side, but yeah, you can see like we're just constantly healing up, we're stealing health, not a big problem. So Weapon X is going to be a very good counter to Young Avengers. Even as we build the T4s, it really shouldn't be a problem with this. My Weapon X team is also missing a lot of T4s. They're not as powerful as they could be. So really just kind of showing a little bit of my experience so far and why I don't think that you need to freak out about this team potentially ruining War Defense like Heroes for Hire has. Should be very much more manageable than Heroes for Hire. But let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns about Young Avengers, ask them down below. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.